What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is May the 13th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before I get into any of that though, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, only one to really watch for is CPI. It just launched. I don't think the numbers have actually uploaded yet, but we'll kind of wait and see what that does due to the broader market. But the market was somewhat kind of stuck in limbo leading up to CPI. So Dow is down slightly, 0.37, S&P it is up 0.03, then NASDAQ up 0.12, but anticipate that to change with CPI. Fear and greed index is under the greed category, meaning people's appetite for risk is on the table. Getting right to it, SoFi is up slightly, no news, no SEC filings, but then again, they like to put out news on kind of around that 9 a.m. range or kind of time frame, but so pre-market's always too early for that. 13.49% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 146.51 million shares. So shorts have been returning, not as much as I would have anticipated given the broader market momentum, but still, nonetheless, they've been lingering. And I think that they in reality might get a little bit more active Thursday, Friday, because SoFi has a huge amount of kind of potentially in the money options. So they might try to manipulate SoFi down just to ensure that a lot of options do expire worthless. But right now with that 14.18, it is trading between this R2 and this R1. So 14.13 will be a key support level, and then 15.52 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So I'll quickly pop over here. And so as far as the numbers, came in a little bit lower. So month over month came in at 0.2, the forecast 0.3, and then year over year 2.3 versus 2.5. So very good stuff based on all of that. And you can kind of see the futures are moving up. So definitely looking like it's going to be a good day. And then when it comes down to this right here, so people's appetite for risk very much being on the table, this stock is a huge momentum play. So ticker MLGO is up 10.54% during the pre-market, and ultimately it's just piggybacking off of yesterday, so 33.76%. They did put out news though today, and I don't really see it being that crazy that you need to kind of stop what you're doing, but with a momentum play in its history, this is definitely a stock to somewhat pay attention to. It is somewhat heavily shorted. It does show NA for whatever reason right now. 4.03 million shares overall are being shorted. So shorts do play a very big part in this day-to-day kind of activity. But right now with it at 347, it is right below this S1. So 379 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So in my opinion, I feel like that is easy essentially for it to get above. So if you're a swing trader, that might be a key kind of point to really watch for. UnitedHealth, so CEO steps down, and also they are suspending guidance. That's pretty much a RIP to any stock. So it is down 10%, and just generally over the last 1 month, it's going down 35.9% is absolutely insane. But not heavily shorted still. So 0.98% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 8.84 million shares. So definitely shorts haven't really been bold enough to really double down, but with it right now at 344, right below this S2. So 346 will be a key pivot for it today. And then flip side 394, which I don't see being touched. And then on the flip side for that, so the support 267, so I don't see that being touched either. So it's probably just going to be flirting with this S2, so kind of just watch for that. Moving on, tickers XHG, and so Exchange Tech Inc. So it is up 31.7%. No news. They recently did do a reverse stock split though. So sometimes, you know, a lot of volatile stocks that do reverse stock splits, there's a lot of crazy activity. I do believe that this stock does have a lot of convertible debt behind the scenes, but they just did a reverse stock split May the 9th, 2025. And then prior to that was November the 8th. And because of the recent reverse stock split, Ortex always takes a time to kind of adjust. So that's why it does show NA right now, but 3.75 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So again, you can kind of take that into consideration, but with it right now at 304, it is trading between this R3 and this R2. So 271 will be a strong support. support, 314, and then 429 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So this is another one that people seem to be focusing on this morning. Very heavily traded. I believe it's the #1 most heavily traded stock. And so yeah, definitely just watch for a nice burst higher, but at the same time, just be somewhat cautious about this stock because yeah, I think the history isn't all that great. And then RGTI just had their earnings, not necessarily the best, so it is down 11.17%, heavily shorted, so 23.09% of the free float's being shorted, works out to be 65.03 million shares. So shorts have been really part of their day-to-day, but at the same time, given the momentum in the market, I feel like a lot of people might be buying this dip up, but they will be waiting for the market to actually open. That way they can actually buy calls and benefit from that way, in my opinion. But right now with that 1043 trading between this R2 and this R1, so 1056 is going to be that key pivot for it today. And then 1178, I don't see that being touched. Flip side for the support, 981, which similarly I don't really see that being touched. It might possibly have a little bit of a sell-off to touch that, but I feel like given the momentum in the market, CPI data, there's a little bit more upside with this stock. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.